What's going on, Sales Mercs? We're about to go to transfer to another portal. Man, we're so excited because look, everything you see, the reality you are in, it's within your mind. So you got to be constantly training yourself, training and developing. Oh, so excited. You see, every path you walk, every moment is just temporarily. It is just definitely temporarily. But we're so excited because all the work I'll put in. See, because when you think about the places that you have been, and people start feeling comfortable. Oh, this is, they already put in the reality, or where they're going to live. They already accept the reality. I like to change the outcome every single time. I like to change sceneries. I like to change the way I live, the way I do things. I like to travel. I like to be in places that I can only open doors that no one else's can. I used to work for a cruise line. We used to travel, and we're gonna go back to doing the same thing and having the best life ever. So just gotta keep pushing forward, moving. That's it, man. It's Friday, May 1st of 2026. What are you doing today that is gonna take you to the next level? Boom, let's go. Hit the subscribe, cup of coffee, and look, as I was walking toward the, I do my daily walk. So I see this guy, in sales. See, the great thing about being in sales and getting your skill set going on in any single time for years and years, you learn how to read people, right? And it happened. Women, they have this sixth sense as well. But every time you walk in a certain place or you meet a certain person, you have that that vibe. And I have this dude walks around, is a weird dude, right? It's a very, very weird dude. And and then how you can tell because they cannot look into your eye, right? So they move weird. They always like something about the guy that I just never liked it, but it is part of the things that in sales, in training in your life, because it's never about the sales. It's never about is you gotta that's why you gotta ask a bunch of questions when you're in sales. That's why you gotta more to understand other people. You gotta understand yourself, because the more you understand yourself, the more you can tap into other people's feelings, emotions. But in the same way that not everybody is gonna buy into your dream, your goal, your visions. Not in when I did financial services business for a lot of years, we were in the wrong market, and then we just crashed and burned because we were in the wrong stinking market. You got to be in the right market. And that's why you gotta ask some questions. But the energy that people portray, it is you can even tell that right away. You can tell. What's going on, Sales Merc? Look, as I do my calls today, I disconnected the news. I mean, it's just like nothing. And in this world of ours, when you say, "Oh my God, I cannot believe he or she did that." Look. If people do with animals, imagine what they do to humans, right? So the best sales technique of this weekend, it is unplugged everything from social media as far as news and all is just not. If that doesn't have to do with your future, you gotta cut out of your life. I mean, cut it in a way that it is just eliminated 1,000%. Because I think we keep feeding into the same things over and over and over again. Like this weekend, we have some place that we had some things that we're doing, but also we're coming back and we're staying home. We're staying home. We're gonna study some books or whatever. We still doing our things, right? We're going to the whole different level. So for me, it is I gotta cut all the distractions, because when you are to the next level, all the distractions that are eliminated, you're not focusing. The only thing you're focused is in the end result. Like for example, I always talked about that story about the in any horse race, right? When you go let's say the Triple Crown, right? And they're like in the last race, and they're just like, this is for the championship. So they had to pretty much watch the protect the eyes of the horses, and they had to make sure everything is perfect for the race, right? Because as if it's like a little open, or there's something that is open, and you allow to the eye to see either left or right, that's between winning and losing. And it's the same thing. You gotta be so freaking focused, and it's so hard to accomplish, because we are like constantly, if you're a parent, you're like, oh my God, the kids, you're always worried about the kids, and there's the kids, there's always the excuse about the kids, but the last time I remember when I was younger, my opinion didn't matter. As far as my dad was like, this is what we're gonna do, and my dad was never like, oh well, I gotta ask permission to my kids. He's like, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna move. But for some reason, the late 90s and the early 2020 and the new is like we need to ask their children for their permission if there's okay for us to do whatever, but if you are going to execute, see all this a big the transfer of wealth that has been done to to the Waltons and the Rothschilds, whatever, all these big big families. They didn't ask permission. They're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And the only way we're going to do this is transform the way we think, the way we act, the way we invest our money, the way we talk to people, the way we acquire customers. And we got to have this vision, the tunnel vision, so deep, so master skillful, that nothing is gonna take that goal. Because if you take a little detour, if you U-turn, the way to come back to the right path is gonna take you longer, because by the time there's like a little hill, and there's always the diversions. How many diversions are you taking to go to the straight level? That is gonna be the difference between winning and losing.